Hey guys, Ramblin Bob here again. Okay, so I wanted to give an update on the charging of the E600LFP as well as the EB3000 batteries. I'm doing a lot of tests on trying to get the energy from the EB3000 to power dump into the E600 so you can use one big battery and then this little guy. But I've got tons of questions, guys, and I can't keep up with them. I'm really trying. Like I said, I'm new at this whole thing with the channel and everything, so I'm doing my best, and hopefully that's good enough. Okay, so basically, I'm burning out some of the power here so I can use the chargers and show you guys what I got going on here. This is just one of those little power bricks that I charge every once in a while for the things, and I kind of keep it in the handle. It kind of sits right there perfect. And that way when I need it for my phone, if I gotta, go out to a job site or something like that, I can just pop this and then put it in my pocket. But, okay, so this is regarding this thing here. So I'm gonna let the energy burn out a little bit more. And the question that I keep getting is, so this is the charger that comes with the E600LFP, and it's a 42 volt at 7 amps, which is about a 400 watt charger. Yeah, 42 times that. Yeah, so it's about a 400 watt charger, and this obviously works, perfect with this because it was sold with this. This also works, guys, with the E2000LP or the EB3000. I've used this on anyone. Now, you guys got to remember that the input of these bad boys in that 5-pin on all three units here, the E2000, the E600LFP, and the EB3000 batteries, is a 5-pin aviation port, and it's all the same port, guys. I've tried it on all three units, and it works totally fine. So what I'm going to do is here, it's getting there, it's starting to burn out. And just to reiterate this, guys, I'm using 775 watts on these little heaters here just to get this energy out of this power station, and it's handling that like nothing. I mean, like a champ. And to prove this has been going for probably about, maybe about 10 minutes or so now, 5 or 10 minutes. And I just want you to see this, guys. This is crazy. Look at 84 degrees. Now, guys, it's like 80 degrees in this workshop right now, and this thing literally only went up about 4 or 5 degrees. Let's see, 83, 82, 82, 84. Seems like it's a little higher on the bottom. Oh, I saw 85 there somewhere. Okay, so 85 right there in the bottom. So that must be where boy, I'm tongue-tied. One of the boards must be, and then possibly one over here maybe. So, yep, 85, see? But notice how it's not going up, guys. It's just, I mean, it's this little box here, the size of a car battery. And if you guys saw that video that I did from that live show to show the power of this, I was amazed. I was absolutely amazed because in my opinion, this is only my opinion, this box shouldn't have been able to do that. I mean, it was out in the heat. It was 90 plus degrees. We had zero air conditioning and zero fans on this thing to keep it cool. It did it under its own pressure, 100%, its own cooling system and everything. I mean, you saw it in the video. It literally ran all that stuff. I was really surprised. I didn't expect it to make it, which is why I had those two Oukitels standing there just in case if something were to go haywire and this, wouldn't have made it. I can, jump over to my bigger power stations. But it made it. I was completely shocked. I was completely shocked. Let's do the, I'm still waiting for more energy to burn out of this thing so I can use the chargers and show you. So here, 85.7, so it's starting to heat up just a tad, guys. And, 85, 86 degrees, that's nothing. Here's 86, I saw 86 somewhere. That's nothing, guys. That's literally nothing. Here's 86 point, I think it was 86.3 I saw. So 86, 86.4. You can see it kind of goes up and down, but I haven't seen anything that makes this thing break a sweat. Here, I'll even put it in the vents here, like at 85.7 in the I think the fans are on this side of this one. Yeah, I think the fans are on this side. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think. I don't know if the fans are on this side or this side. They're very small. Here, I'll try both sides. Okay, that side's 83, so that has to be the intake, and then this side has to be, yeah, see 85.7, so that has to be the outtake, or the out vent, but look at this, guys. It's almost 800 watts coming from a box, a car battery box. That's crazy. That's just, a year ago, if somebody would have told me this, here, 86.3, if someone would have told me this, that the little box like that can run, like an event like that, or, you're out, you're camping. But I wouldn't have believed them, guys. I really wouldn't have. You know, since I'm very new at this technology, everything that I'm finding out, it's borderline surprising, magical for me. I don't know. I used to use, you know, car battery with alligator clips, and you know, try to run my trolling motor off that or something. And it's amazing at where this stuff is going. It's just, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, so now that it's charging here, I'm gonna grab this original one, and well, I don't have to test this one. You guys already know this works with that because obviously it came with that, right? Okay, so let's open this, and I'm gonna use the this is the charger. If you can see the difference in sizes, this is the updated charger. This is the new one that they sent me for the LFP, the E600LFP, the 8,000 watt hour one, and you can see it's much bigger. Now this is rated at 600 watts, guys. And the question I keep getting, sorry to ramble so much, is this is only 400 and this is 600. You know, is this going to work with it? Well, yeah, because guys, they're the same voltage. They're both 42 volts. Actually, all three of them are. So this is the original one, right? The one I coined the lunchbox because of this handle here. This is also 42 at 15 amps. This one's 42 at 15 amps, and this is 42 at 7 amps. But guys, remember, it's not the power supply. It's the MPPT controller. So this can handle anything between 32 and 95 volts. It doesn't care where it's coming from as long as the pins are in the right configuration, which is positive, negative, right? It doesn't care. This could be from the wall, it can be from your car, it can be from solar, it can be from another power station, as long as the positive and negatives are lined up, and all three of them are. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take this one. Can't really see it, but I'm going to plug it in here, and this is going to be the big one here. Let me move the cord so I have more cord. Hold on one second, please. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, sorry guys. When I was walking back, I tripped over the cord there for a second. Okay, so this is the E600LFP one, the one that they sent me. Okay, and I'm gonna plug it directly in, and I don't really have anywhere to put it, so I guess I'll hold it. Okay. Hopefully it's not in the way. You can see the light, it'll turn on. And I'll plug this one right into this one. Even while we're using all this energy, you know, it doesn't care. It just doesn't care. It's like having solar come in. Now remember, because this one can only accept up to 400 watts, which I think I only got like 395 or 396 max, and it also has a very slow start, so it's not broken. Just give it a second. You'll see this turn red, and then it'll go. See, there it goes. And now you'll start seeing the numbers. This machine and this MPPT controller in here is designed to cut off the powers and you know, limit the amps and the, you know, not the voltage though, guys. That's the one thing you gotta watch out for. Never exceed the higher voltage. Oh, actually, wait, is that maybe that's a 300 watt inverter, the small one. I thought it was 400 watt. Let me see. 4 times 7 is 20. Sorry guys, this is a 300 watt inverter. Sorry, I misadded there. And this is a 600 watt, so it's twice as much power coming out of there. Pecron does sell a 440 watt one, and I thought that was it, but I don't think I've ever got past 295. But notice it charges, guys. It charges just fine. I got 292 watts going in from this box, right? This is the one that's, you know, supposed to be for the E600LFP, and it works just fine. See, 290, 288, and notice I'm still burning out. Actually, I'm going to turn these off, guys, because it's summer and it's hot, and I'm not happy about that. So let me unplug these and just leave the charging ones in. It's just getting so hot in my work station here, my workshop. Let me move those out of the way. I still got this in my hand here. This is the E600LFP one, and then you can also use this for the batteries too. Oh, there it goes, guys. See, this accepts up to 400 watts. I knew it. So notice that when I unplugged all that extra stuff, the rest of the power came. So I'll test this one again too, because I thought that was 400 watt. I could be wrong. 4 times 7, that'd be 28. Yeah, that'd be 300 watts. Okay. All right. So many numbers, I get, you know, confused here. But notice that's going in at, I think it was, yeah, 396, I think, is the most I've ever gotten from this or the main one. And notice it's fine. It runs just fine. You have access to everything. I'll turn on the DC. Notice the DC out is on now. And if I turn on this here, and if I turn off the AC, see, it'll say charging time left about 34. So it does charge it faster than this, guys. So what I'll do now is, now that we know this works fine, okay, I'm gonna unplug this one, okay, and then I'm gonna put, I got stuff all over the place, guys, so sorry. This one here, this is the original lunchbox. Notice that time delay. This has a slow reaction, so just leave it be. Whatever you plug into it or take out of it has a slow reaction, so just give it a second. Don't rush it, it's fine. So I'm going to plug in the old lunchbox. Now this is the old lunchbox, and that one's here, and I'll leave it here so you can see that one turn on, and I'll plug this up here. Yeah, okay. So remember, it takes a second. Notice it recognizes it, guys. It recognizes it, but it has to talk to the little controller in here, the MPPT board and the BMS, and figure out what's coming in and how to balance it. So give it a second, and then you'll see this bad boy turn orange or red. I think it's orange. I don't know. Maybe it's probably red. And then see, there it goes. So notice that this one, even though this is made for the E600LFP, you can also use this one in the batteries and the boy, it's hot in here now, guys. Sorry. It is, let's see, it's got to be, see, I don't have a place to put this. If I put it here, can you guys still see that? I don't know if I can balance it here. Oh well, here, this is what I'll do. I'll just hold it. There you go. Okay, I wanted to get this guy again here, this temperature thing. Okay, and then you can see that, see, 87, 87. Now, these are numbers I expect to see, right? Because, I mean, you're using it now, and as it heats up, see, it hasn't even broken 90 degrees yet. That's nothing. Guys, I was in 92-degree weather with this darn thing pushing out, hundreds of watts, up to probably, I think 800 was the most that I pushed out that day as far as that sound. But I never would expect a box of this size to be able to do that, especially in that heat. Because if you start out at 92, I wish I would have had this with me. I didn't have it with me, but I would have checked the temperature while it was under that heavy load like that. But you could see it here. I mean, it's pulling in almost 400 off this bad boy here, the lunchbox. And look at it. I mean, you're not even breaking 90 degrees. That's, guys, in electronics, that's nothing. Electronic stuff can go up to 140, 150 degrees Fahrenheit before it has any problems. And some laptops, like the chips on like processors and video processors, hell, they go up to 200 degrees sometimes without problems. But this hasn't even broke 90. I mean, that's an average summer day down south where, it's just regular, it's just hot. But we'll let that charge for a minute. So now you've seen, well, this one you don't have to see because that came with the unit, so that's not needed. You saw this one run, it's just fine. And then you saw this one run just fine. But yeah, I mean, it'll charge it, and it will charge it. Now what I'm gonna do is, since this one runs good, guys, you see it, I'm gonna pull this out, and let's double check my numbers here. I like to always verify, I don't like to put a claim out there, and if I can't verify it, it's not much hella good of a test, is it? All right, so we're gonna plug back in this little guy. This is the little one that came with it. Maybe this isn't only a 300 watt. I thought it was a 400 watt, but like I said, I've been messing with so much power station stuff now for the last 6 months, boy. My head's spinning. Okay, I'm going to plug this one in. Now remember, it lets you know it's hooked up, but it takes a minute for that to turn on and figure out what it's talking to. But the voltage is the same on all these boxes, guys. It's all 42 volts, so it doesn't care. As far as the amps, it'll just limit this one. Instead of at 15 amps, it'll just drop it down to 7. And then there's your, or actually a little bit higher, actually, because this can go up to 7 amps. At 42 volts, and then push it a little bit higher. But yeah, so it's only a 300 watt box, guys. I thought this was a 400, but I stand corrected on that. So 42 times 7, yep, that would be 20. Yeah, it'd be about 300 watts. And this is 42 times 15. So but it does work, guys. I've charged it with this about 10 times already, and I've charged it with wherever it went here, this lunchbox. I got stuff all over to my workshop, guys. I charged it with this one like 10 times, 42 at 15. So it just limits it. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. So if you were to use this one, the one that came with it, this one obviously has to work at its full potential, right? Because that's what it was designed to do. But if you run this one at, what was it? about 75 or 80%. That's like running a car that can go 200 miles an hour at 150. It likes it better because this won't heat up as bad. And I'll show that to you with this thing. We'll see what this thing's doing here. Let's see. You might have to take a long test for this, but notice that I just started it, guys, and this is at you know, 89, almost 90 degrees already, and I just plugged it in, right? Which means you're getting in your car. Well, the bottom feels hotter than the top here. Let's see. Yep, see, 91, just by a couple degrees. I got real sensitive hands for temperature, guys, over working with all kinds of electronics over the years. You just, the 92, you can kind of feel when there's heat. You know, you can kind of sense it. See, the top is about 4 degrees cooler, like a human temperature gauge, if you will. And okay, so now we know that that works at 300. We'll unplug this one, okay, and then we'll plug this one in, which is the E600LFP again. Okay, let me plug this in here, because guys, I wish I had 3 arms. I could get more done. All right, heck, if an octopus arms would be nice. Okay, so this one's going to start charging in a minute. Now I want you to see, now that little one, remember that this little dinky one that it came with was only on for what, a minute or so, you know, a short time, and already it's got 90 degrees. So I want you to see what happens. You know, it's kind of common sense. If you don't use something to its full potential, there's what's known as overhead, and that way the system or whatever it is doesn't have to work so dang hard. That's the key. Okay, so here, watch this. We'll let that go for about a minute, and we'll see in real time. Notice 87. See, it's the same temperature, except that the other one would have heated up more. Remember, this has been on already for a long time, and that one just started, so I could see that small one getting up 95, maybe even 100 degrees on a hot day, where I think this one would stay much cooler. See, 88, it hasn't even broken 90. And remember, I was just charging this for a long time, so I think this is just going to stay at there is a fan in here too, guys, right here, but notice it's not on. You don't hear it on. And that's another thing, is because you're not using this to its full potential, it doesn't need that extra fan. You know, I mean, it's a small amount, but energy saved is energy gained, right? So yeah, so if you guys want you know, an extra 100 was about, yeah, about 100 watts extra, man, I would use this one. And that's the same thing with the EB3000 batteries. Even though they're maxed out at 400, it doesn't matter. You can plug this bad boy in there, and what I'll do is I'll plug this one in the EB3000 battery, so you can see that as well, and you know, you can see it works fine. And you can see here I'm bringing in almost 900 watts from my solar to the main system. And guys, this system, for me, it's no joke. I've had this on since January, 24/7. That's not a joke. I put more than, gosh, I don't even know, 70 or 80 videos just about this machine on my YouTube, because that was the whole reason I started this channel, is because of this model. So it still works. It's fine. I love this machine. The only thing that I wish that I could have had is I wish I could have had more battery packs connected to this. If I could put a new, you know, another 2 or 4 battery packs to this system, boy, that would, oh, I'd buy them today. That's not a joke. I would literally pull out my credit card and order 2 EB3000s. I think they're on sale for $13.99. I mean, I paid $1,500 for both of mine and $14.25 for this unit. So I'm into this for like $4,500, you know, with taxes. But and heck, I got that back in, oh man, I got this last year. I don't remember when. I think it was August, October. I don't know. I posted on one of the videos of what, you know, the date and time I bought. I don't want to go through all that now, but it's on one of the videos, and I'd have to look up my Amazon account, because I get this off Amazon. I got the 2 batteries off Amazon. But I've had this since the beginning, and the only trouble I had with it was those MPPT controller boards, and I wouldn't have known that had Pecron not sent me those 2 free panels. I wouldn't have swapped them boards, because I had no problem with it. But I guess those old boards wouldn't allow a higher voltage or something. There was like some kind of a hiccup where it would go into safety if the voltage was over 80 or so, whatever it was. I mean, and then I swapped them to the new ones. I made videos on that, and then you could see that the system runs fine with those 2 Pecrons in series now. So whatever they changed, they changed. I think they took off when in the left corner, they took off something. I don't know what it was. It was just something up in the left hand corner where there were 6 of them, and now there's only 4. It's the only difference I saw on the boards, and I made a video explaining that too, the differences between those 2 boards. But notice this is still rocking, guys. 393 watts. It's coming in from this, guys. You know, that's the E2000. And then now that it's been on a while, guys, remember, we're going to test the heat. That's kind of why I'm rambling so much here, to kind of burn time here. See, 90. So like it's literally at the same temperature that the small one was at, except the difference is this isn't going to get as hot as that small one, probably because that small one has to work at 100% output, right? This only has to work at 75-80% output now. Well, let's see, what is that? That's about 66% output, if I'm correct, bringing out 400 watts as opposed to 600. Yeah, 66%. So you figure using your car and your accelerator at 66% as opposed to 100, guys, that's common sense that this thing would last a lot longer than that small one. You know, if you're running this bad boy at 100% and running this at 66%, you know, you're looking at a 4-cylinder car on the freeway and a V8. I mean, this thing's going to fly down the freeway without even touching the gas. And this one, you got to hold the gas to get it going. So I use this, and I try not to use much house electric. You know, my whole point is having solar is just that. I want to have that solar coming in. Like I said, I got almost 900 watts. This one can't take that. I think it can only take 400 input. And the most I've ever got to is, I think, 395 or 396. I mentioned that a couple times already, I think. And it runs. I mean, I have no problem with them. There was let me see if I can think of all the problems that people had. Oh, you know what? Yeah, come to think of it, when you use the 100-watt USB and use anything else, this drops down to 18 watts total. I don't know why. That's some safety, they said. But I only use the 100-watt out, so these don't affect me. But, you know, I just want everyone to know that. And that way, if you do get this system or you like it, you would know that ahead of time, because there's a ton of things about this system I wish I would have known ahead of time, guys. And I had to make my own videos and learn from my own videos because I had no one to go to. Not many people had. I think there's like 2, maybe 3 videos on the internet with this system that I was trying to learn from. And, you know, it was so like over my pay grade as far as this technology. I didn't understand half of what they were saying. It's all like scientific-y stuff, you know. And so, you know, I wanted to have a channel that was very simple, and I found out that hidden menu. Like, this has that hidden menu in there too. You could change stuff. Don't change stuff, guys, on this one. Just don't. But, you know, it's there for, like, you can set the automatic timer. So if you have one of those, you know, those little fridges that's outside, and, you know, it shuts off and, you know, wrecks all your food in a couple hours, where your timer's on, but it's in that hidden menu. I think that was a big mistake for Pecron to make a hidden menu with the timer, because that's something that I really feel is valuable information, because you could lose your lobsters, your steaks, your hot dog, you know, whatever you got in there, your soda pops. God forbid you lose your soda pops. Holy cow, that'd be the end of the world. But at least for me it would. But yeah, as you can see, guys, it's been on a long time, right? Let's see. 93, okay, 94. So I think 94. Now, it's been on a long time, guys, so what we'll do is we'll unplug this again and do one more test, and then I'll show you the batteries, okay? I know it's going to be a long video again, but, you know, those of you guys who are familiar with the channel already know that, you know, I can get to rambling. All right, so we're going to put the small one back in here, and we're going to see and let that go for a few minutes. Ooh, it is hot, boy, I'll tell you what. It feels like we're down south. Okay, but, you know, I'll take it. I'll take the heat over the cold any day, guys. You know, there's an old saying down south that you know, if you you know, die of heat, you didn't follow the warning signs. You know, if you're hot, go get some water, go under a tree, get some shade, go swimming, do something to cool your body down, go inside. But the cold, guys, you know, if you're cold, you're cold. You either have to warm up your body somehow, or you know, you're SOL right there. But I'll take the heat over the cold any day. You know, I can always get me a fan, but you can't always get you some heat when you're cold and standing out in the street or something like that. Or, you know, working outside, you gotta, you know, bring a heater out there or something like that. Oh, here comes a Rambling Bobcat. She hears me talking to random people again, so she's gonna be probably, oh, here she comes. Okay, so she's back there goofing. Okay, it's just me. All right, so she's always curious when I, you know, get to be talking to my Rambling Bob friends out here, all the Scriber family, and she comes in to see, you know, what's going on back here. But all right, so we're gonna see how this bad boy heats up here. Now remember, this has only been on for, what, a minute or two, and look at that, guys, it's already at 92, right? 93, 94, 95, you see that, guys? 90, almost 96, well, 95, 94. I gotta try to keep my hand steady here. Let me find the hottest point here. But notice, you see 94, it was not, I think it was 96 a minute ago. It all depends, obviously, as you know, the room temperature in. But look at how hot this is already, guys. I literally just turned it on. I literally just turned it on, and that is, see, 95.5. You know, 95.6. I just turned it on, so I go back to what I said before. I'd rather have me a V8 on the freeway than the 4-cylinder, because you know, that V8's gonna just basically hum through that power. You know, it'll basically idle. It'll idle on the freeway. When that 4-cylinder, this little guy's got to work so hard just to keep going. Let's see if it's gone up at all. There, see, 96. You see how hot it's getting already, guys? Now, obviously, not 96 isn't 96.4. That's not a problem, guys. That's really not a problem. But why use the extra energy if you don't have to? And the other charger works fine, you know. You know, use these at your own risk, of course. But I've been doing this for a while. I haven't seen no problem. You don't see no smoke coming out of this bad boy or nothing. But the temperature of this guy is nothing. Look at 89. It ain't broke a sweat. And it's about 82 degrees in my workshop. And this thing's probably, I think, 92, I think, is the highest I saw. Let's go right here. No, that's not even hot. How about that corner? See, 87. Across the Pecron logo, 87. I mean, this, it ain't did anything. So there ain't no problem. Guys, if I wouldn't have bought this one first, and I would have bought this one first, I don't know, other than the size of the battery expansions and the power inverter, I don't think I would have bought this one. I'm 100% honest. I don't think I would have bought this, because I think I would have bought 2 of these and split up my load, and it would have only been like, what, $300 and $300 or $330, whatever these are now. I mean, that would have been $600. I spent $4,500 on here, but the only difference is I get that that extra battery, guys, and that's huge when you only have 600 watt hours and 8,000. That's a big difference. So, all right, we'll do one more test here, and then I'll do the batteries real quick here. Here, look at, we're at 100 degrees already, guys. 99, 97, 100. I mean, that's hot, right? It's hot. The other one is, you know, just breaking 90, so that's 10 degrees cooler. And any electronics that run cooler last longer. That's a fact. Okay, so let's uncharge this here, or unplug this, and then we're gonna go. I have to make some changes, guys, so give me a second. I don't have a cameraman, so I can't figure out how to make my cat learn how to do the cameras. So I'm just trying to, let me see here. I gotta raise this up here. Sorry about this, guys. I'm learning as I go here. Let me put this here. I know it's gonna be a little bit dark, so give me 1 second and I'll get me a DeWalt flashlight so we can see what we're doing down here. Okay. And I can't put no music on here, guys. YouTube hollers at me every time I want to put some good music on there. You know, some old Skinner or something like that, and background music. But I always get hollered at. Now this is kind of, it's not really a wash light. Or actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Here, I'll put this guy here. Okay, let's see. Okay, that should brighten up pretty good, huh? All right, okay, yeah, I think that's better, right? No light. Okay, that's better. So I'm using another power station that I can kind of brighten this up. So now notice this is a 12 volt that I have going in there right now, and from a panel, 200 watt panel. And you can put up to 400 watts, or you can over panel it, as long as you don't go over the voltage, guys. That's the secret, okay? So I want to show you mix and match here. So we have this one here, okay, which is the this is the small one now from the E600LFP, right? It's 42 at 7 amps. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug this bad boy right in here, and I don't think you're going to see the lights kick on because the lights are on the other side, guys. But you will see this turn on, okay? Now notice this is the cable here. You can see the whole cable. And then let me try to put this up here so you can see a little bit better here. Now notice it's charging. You hear that? So you can use this on these guys. And in all honesty, I wouldn't mind having another one of these bad boys as backup. That way I can plug one in here and one in there. Or what I'd rather have is 2 of these. And they, you know, actually I like that 4 of these. That's seriously. And then have 2 going in the main system, and then 2 going in, you know, 1 per battery. And then you can bring in, let's see, it'll be, I think that brings in just under 1100 watts on the main system, and then 400 would be on each one, or 390, or you know, whatever the max would be, but say 400. So you'd have, let's see, my brain locked up here, 1,800 watts charging the system, which means you can get that bad boy completely full in about 5 hours or so. But yeah, see, it's working, guys. And then I'll unplug it in real time so you can see, okay? Hopefully you can see my hand, okay? I'll unplug this in real time, just pop that out. Notice it turned green right away, guys. And then I'll do it one more time, just to kind of show you know, that this is the power I'm using here, guys. Okay, so plugged in, and then this will turn red for you there. You just give it a second, because it's got to talk to that little the controller in there. See, there it goes. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, guys. Oh, and then another, there's the green, another I don't know if it's a tip or a secret or whatever that I use is, guys, this fan only uses 2 watts of electricity, 2 or 3 watts depending on what power station you pull from. It's nothing, guys. You can see it moves pretty good air. Let me get a piece of paper here. I don't know, that's probably too heavy. So you can see it. It kind of, you know, makes it kind of stand out there. See that? So this is a nice soft cooling fan because I use it for this, guys. So what I do is I put this on the floor. Let me turn this down here so you can see where I put it here. Okay, so I put it on the floor like that, and I aim it upwards. Okay, and this is that Harbor Freight dolly. I didn't pay probably 10, 12, 13 bucks for that. I can't remember. I know it was like $10 with a coupon or something like that, but it was like $12.99 or whatever it was. It's cheap, guys, and it holds like hundreds of pounds. So I put the whole battery stack on those, and then see these guys, these are my inputs here from my solar arrays, and we have 800 watts on one and 600 on the other, and one's over paneled and one's under paneled, or actually equal paneled and over paneled. And what I do is I put this little fan, and it blows right on the connections, because that's your heat point, guys, is all your connections. And you can see that here, these connections sometimes, even though they're safe, see, they can get up to 95 and 100 degrees. And I don't know, here's 104 on the cap here. I always like to be, you know, just rather safe than sorry. So what I do is when I have this charging, whether I'm in the room or not, I put the little fan on there like that, and what that does is it kind of cools them down, and believe me, it works. It brings them down anywhere between 10 and 30 degrees more than what they were, depending on the day. Or maybe 10 to 25 degrees, but it brings them down, guys. And you know, every bit that you can keep, you know, extra safety, I'm all for it. And this, like I said, don't use but 2 watts. So if I'm bringing in, like here, what am I bringing in here? I'm bringing in dang near, you know, 900 watts. So you know, what the hell is 200 watts going to do? I mean, 2 watts going to do? They ain't going to do nothing. So I use that. You know, just to, you know, help cool a system down. You know, it's kind of like your car. The more cooling you have for your car, the damn better off you're going to be. I can assure you of that, because any electronic system that runs cooler will definitely last longer. All right, so well, you guys seen all the styles and techniques that I use, and you know, I can put the solar in there. Oh, and here I'll test this, guys. So remember, this is 32 to 95. We're gonna go even longer here, guys. So I don't know which is which. One of these is 48 volts, and one of them 60. But remember, it doesn't matter, because this little box can take both. So let's see what this can pull in here. 6 Harbor Freight 100 watt panels, and the other one is 4 200 watt Acopower. But I don't know which one is which. I should mark them. That's probably a good idea, because one's 48 volt. And 160, but I never change them, so I always know. Now notice that slow start again, guys, and then there it goes. So you know, if you plug something in, you know, give it a minute. It's kind of like, you know, when you start your car in the winter, just don't go stomping on the gas pedal. You know, give your system a minute to kind of rev up and, you know, figure out what it's going to do and how it's doing it. And oh, see, now I dropped down to 461. So I have a feeling, and just a guess, that this is the 800 watt array and this is the Harbor Freights. But you know, we'll see. I think it should be, both of these should be able to max out this little guy with ease. As you can see, 393, 395, and I think that's where it stops. Yeah, see, I never got to 400, guys. I got to either 395 or I saw 396 one time. I've never seen 400 watts on this machine, at least the one that I have. But I'll take that. That's a lot of power, because if I was to use that, you know, at you know, outside, I usually don't burn that much power, guy. I'm a light guy. I go 300 watts or less. So if I could have a panel coming in at 400 and burning 100, that means it's free electricity all day. And then at the end of the night, you can use the, you know, the energy in this box to keep going for another, you know, couple hours at least. But daytime, holy cow, man. Or you could power dump the extra stuff, you know, from your outputs into what else you got, like charge this stuff and, you know, your phone or whatever. But okay, so that's 395. So I'm gonna unplug this now. I have a feeling that this one is the 600 watt full of the Harbor Freights there, but I'm not sure, like I said. And then this is the other one here that we're going to put up here, Okay, we'll plug that in. We'll see it. It'll probably stop at the same because, you know, remember, this is a limit on here. Even though this is way higher than what those charging boxes were. One of them was 60 volts, right? It'll still stop it at, I think it's 395. I'm going to say I'm positive, 395 or 396 one time. But, you know, this machine will regulate that for you. Just don't go over the voltage. That's the trouble. That's the trouble. Nothing I have goes over 60 volts unless I take out those portable Pecrons or the 4 PV200s that I have, and I link them in series, and then, you know, the voltage goes skyrocketing. So yeah, see, notice 395. So either one of my arrays, and notice I'm getting 420 originally, so I think that's, I don't know which is which, but together, you know, they get about 900 watts, and on a good day I get about 1100. So either way, I'm happy with that. But, you know, either way, you always want more power. I've noticed that with these power stations, guys. It just doesn't stop. I mean, you start at 1 watt, and then you go to 5 watts, and you go to 10 watts, and then next thing you know, you're 100, and then you're high-fiving your girl across the room like, woohoo, we got 100 watts, and the next thing you know, you're bringing in 1,000, and then the next thing you know, you're like that Will Prowse guy who literally has like 4,000 watts coming in just off panels laying in his driveway. Like, holy crapzilla, guys. Imagine if you had 4,000 watts coming in. Jeez Louise. But that guy, as far as this technology, that's one of my heroes of YouTube here that I've watched, because that guy is just, man, he's way more advanced than I am. So I'm learning not to, you know, do the wrong thing or burn down something by watching his videos, and Jason Oid and Reeway Outdoors. There's a bunch of them I watch, guys. You put in the comments what your favorite is. I'm sure they'd love the shout outs, you know. I really enjoy Jason Oid and Will Prowse. I think those are my 2 favorites. I like the Reeway guy. I like Gavin's Garage. He does a lot with generators and whatnot, but there's a ton of them out there. Yeah, see, okay, so it doesn't go over 395. But all right, at least this information is getting out there, guys. I really like both of these boxes. And like I said, if it wasn't for the size of the power inverter or the the battery packs, I would have bought another one of these if I had bought that first. But, you know, and just you split up your load between 2 things. You know what I mean? I'd put my, like, say, my fridge and my freezer on one of these over there, and then I would put another one over here with my tools on it. That's how I would have done it. But, you know, you kind of live and learn. You know what I mean? You know, the money's already spent. I enjoy it. I don't have any problems with it. As you can see, it still runs. Everything here, I'll turn the DC on. Like, I never use this side. As you can see, I'm overloaded on this side, and this is empty. I use it maybe, my gosh, maybe, I don't know, once a week when I charge a cell phone or something. But even when I use USBs, guys, you could see I use these darn things. And these are the little adapters here. This goes to that little fan, and, you know, that cools down those cables over there. So, like, I guess I'm a fan of AC. I don't care for DC unless, you know, you have to. But I use a little charging bricks, and I know that's energy loss, guys. I'll admit that. That's a little hypocritical for me to say, you know, you save energy when you can, but it's just so much easier to use one, and then you don't have to have both inverters on. So the energy that I lose, I save by not having the other inverter on, right? So I figure it's a wash at the end of the day, you know. It's like putting $5 in a slot machine and winning $5. I mean, you know, it's equal, so there's no win or loss. But all right, well, I guess that's it. That's all I can really add to this one. I'm going to be doing, guys, if you stay tuned, I'm really trying to do a lot here. I'm overloaded with stuff. I'm testing power stations, and these companies are sending me stuff now. I'm amazed. Thank you guys again for the subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, get up there, hit that button. It's free. It doesn't cost a penny. I have those links. If you're going to get one of these systems, feel free to use those links. Those are affiliate links, and we do make a couple pennies on each one that sells. But I didn't do it for that, guys. I did it for the information and technology. My wife signed me all up for that, so that's neither here or there. But that's what they are. Just full disclosure, if you use those links, you know, these companies or Bluetti or whoever, they send you a couple pennies for sending you over there if you make a qualifying purchase. But like the video, like I said, if you're not a subscriber, get up there. It's free. What are you going to do? It's free. Do that Donkey Kong hammer thing, you know, the Mario Donkey Kong. All right, guys, ramble on, be safe, and I'll see you again on Ramblin Bob Reviews. Bye.